Post Digital Life Hack, we're going to be giving you a can't miss call from the Kim Komando Show that just lit up our weekends. What would you do in this situation? Someone clearly frazzled asked to use your phone to call a friend because their car won't start. Their phone died too. It's an emergency. I'm Kim Komando for Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Accelerate your AI workload today. Take your free test drive at oracle.com/Kim. You have a big heart, and you'd hope that someone would do the same for you. So you unlock your phone and hand it over. But then they run off with your phone and they have access to all your banking apps. Criminals are pulling the scheme across the country. Reports of people handing over their phones to help someone in apparent distress only for it to be stolen. These lowlifes create an urgent situation to trigger your basic instincts to help. So if someone asks for your phone, they could actually be in trouble. Here's what you need to do. Say you will dial the number yourself and put it on speaker for them to talk. If they're really in trouble, they'll go along with it. If not, you just dodged a convincing scam. Enter to win a brand new iPhone 16 right now at winfromkim.com.
Hey, have you heard about The Current? It's this amazing free tech newsletter that keeps you in the loop about everything AI, making money, and insider tips to get ahead at work and life. Everything is tech now. I can't afford to fall behind, and neither can you. In just 5 minutes a day, that's it. The Current makes it so easy to stay ahead without feeling overwhelmed. Join 500,000 people at getthecurrent.com. It's free. Don't be left behind. That's getthecurrent.com. Sign up now. Getthecurrent.com.
Okay, as promised, here's a standout call for my show. Linda in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hi there, Linda.
I have a question. I need to know, how do I scrub my name and my ID data from the internet?
And why do you want to do that? Just wondering.
My brother married a woman with the same first name, and she doesn't use her middle name. She uses her first, and we have the same last name. And she's caused me havoc over the years. And if you even look up her name, her full name, it lists my name and my previous addresses.
Oh, wow. That's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. So I just would like to remove. Amazon taught me to use my initials and double the L, and I do that with them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What you can do is it's a big process, and this is no overnight quick fix by any means. Okay.
Gotcha.
Is that, first of all, we want to get into the data broker sites. Like we have MyLife and Spokeo and Family Tree now. And then we also have data brokers that we don't know the names of. And they're not, because they're not household names, but they supply all the data to all these websites that we do know the names for. So what we want to do is get into those data broker sites so that this way we get our information out of there, so that this way they stop selling it. Okay.
Yep.
You can try also going into the people search sites and removing wherever you can, like the ones that I mentioned, as well as Zabbis search. Google has something called a URL removal tool that will remove your personal information, like your name and address, if you don't want it to be readily available out there. Now, there's a relatively new app that's called Permission Slip. And Permission Slip is put out by Consumer Reports. And what its intention is that everywhere that you may have your data, maybe there's a way that we can get that data back. And so they go through the top data brokerage sites. They go through the different apps, the different websites. Obviously, they can't do every single one under the globe, so they're hitting the big ones, okay? And so you download this app, and you have to give it some personal information, like your first and last name, where you live, and your phone numbers. This way they know that it's you that they're trying to remove. And then you go through these different platforms and these different apps, and then there's an option there that says delete my information. And then Consumer Reports will do their best job to get your information out of these databases. Now, of course, you also want to sign up for any type of credit monitoring service, identity theft, make sure that this way, there's not being a misuse of your name for maybe bad purposes, right?
I got that, yes.
And, the other thing too is just, search yourself online to see if you can find more instances. But I think it's a good bet to start with this Permission Slip app, because I like it's free, okay?
Right.
There are services like Reputation Defender and Delete Me. You may find you don't need that when you go through the initial steps of, using the free app, and then making sure that anything about you is offline, and going through the Google URL removal tool, things of that nature. So why don't you give that a shot? And I bet you you're probably going to do that whole 80-20 rule. Okay, so you're going to get 80%. It's really hard to have 100% of all your data scraped off the internet. I'm going to tell you that right now. So anybody who promises you that they can do that, they're just lying to you. They really are, because there are just too many nooks and crannies and crevices for our data to be sitting there. And then every time you go online, you start creating more data points. So why don't we start there? And then if you need any help afterwards, I'm always here for you, Linda. And thank you for your call. Hey, thanks for listening. Now, if you have a tech hiccup that you want me to solve, your path is clear. Head over to Komando.com and click that Email Kim link. I go through every single note. I read every single one, I promise. Now, don't be the last to know. Get the tech edge that you need in today's life. Get my free daily newsletter over at GetKim.com. That's GetKim.com.